But all these arts to me are connected. That's the strange thing about my art. Like chess, Chinese martial arts, jiu-jitsu, surfing, foiling. To me, the fascinating thing when you get toward the pinnacle of an art is that you start to experience, at least from my perspective, that the apexes of these arts are much closer to one another than lower down in the mountain of the same art.
Mm-hmm.
So people who are virtuosos in various fields are often speaking a much more similar language than people who are at lower levels of the same art than they're training.
Yeah.
And like when I think about chess, I related to chess through core principles, and those principles manifest in the martial arts. I remember that I had this when I wrote my first book, my second book, The Art of Learning. It was about my experience of crossing over my level from chess into the Chinese martial arts, and I had this really interesting experience where I was giving a simultaneous chess exhibition, playing 40 games at once in a charity for Duchenne muscular dystrophy. But I was at that point I'd been training martial arts for 2 years, and I had not been. I'd kind of moved. I was in the transition away from chess during that period, and I had this realization that I was winning these chess games, playing 40 games at once, but I was not playing chess. I was feeling flow, riding space left behind. I was riding the energetic wave of the game like I would if we were flowing on the mats. But I was making chess moves. And I realized that these arts had become fundamentally connected. And then that became like an area of interest and of exploration. I started making what I was doing unconsciously more and more conscious. And now when I relate to like chess, I don't move chess pieces anymore, but chess is manifest in everything that I do, as is jiu-jitsu. And as is like in the ocean arts, I'm manifesting these other arts, the core principles I've experienced through them all the time. And that's one of the things that I've been puzzled by for many years is why chess is so fucking hard. Like chess has no luck. The best chess players in the world are so brilliant at what they do. I listened to your episode with Magnus Carlsen. Enjoyed that.
He was great.
Yeah, that was cool. Like someone like Magnus, he's so fucking good at what he does. Such a virtuoso. But if you look at like the top 100 or top 1,000 chess players, they're tremendously strong. But when they try to translate their ability to other fields, they often can't. And it's surprising. And I've tried to figure out why for a lot of years, because you think like if you're able to just be so excellent at something that's super hard, you could take on something that's relatively easier and become very good at it. And I think that the reason that people often can't cross level over from one thing to the other is that they learn it in a localized language. So you can learn chess in a way which is very specific to chess, like principles that are just chess principles. Or you can learn chess in a language which connects to all of life. And that won't slow down. It might accelerate your chess learning. But you can, and if children are taught games like chess or gymnastics or music or whatever else, so they're learning about that art very deeply. They're touching quality. They're pushing their limits. They're living a life of training, as I know you value very much. But they're doing so in a language which connects to the rest of life. Then they're studying thematic interconnectedness while they're studying chess or jiu-jitsu or anything else. And then they're just learning the language of excellence.
Yeah.
And I it's interesting because if you watch chess teachers teaching students, many of them don't do this. They teach it within like the confines of the chessboard, like a prison. And if you learn chess that way, then it's like you're living on an island and the ocean around you is like prison walls, right? But if you study chess in a way that you're learning how each chess principle connects to every other art you could ever study, then just this web of interconnectedness is forming in your mind. And then when you take on something else, you're able to cross the level over really, really naturally. And that, in many ways, that's a big part of my life's work is the study of that interconnectedness.